Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Hagenstedt Farming Simulator 2017. I'm Chocodar Dundee and I will be your host throughout the course of this Let's Play. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Obviously you start off the main farmhouse up around the back there and we head down here into the main farmyard where we have our harvester over there ready to harvest on our one starting field. We also have 4 tractors and the range of tools to go with them. So I'm now going to head into the shop and we will have a look at exactly what we've got. So we've got the Hurleyman H488 tractor, 2 Deutscher AgroStar 6.61 tractors, the Fendt 300 Vario, the Comia C6 Sampo Rosensaw harvester with the header, 14-foot header, or 4.2 meters, the Bratner trailer, the Horsch Terrano 4FX cultivator, the Kuhn Varimaster 153 plow, the Great Plains seeder, the Kverneland fertilizer spreader, couple of working weights, and the vehicle workshop as well, which we start off with. That was a new addition in the recent update. So, having seen that, now let's have a look at the map itself. As you can see, this is quite a large map with a wide variety of field sizes. Now, we only start on this map with one field 16 here, which at the moment has got some wheat on it, ready to harvest. So, as you can tell from the start, this is going to be a big map in terms of contracting missions, which means we are going to need to spend a lot of time on that, especially at the beginning. So, let's take you around, starting up in the over by field 10 here. We have the freight yard with a fuel point. Now, up until the recent update, I believe this was actually bugged. However, at least on the PS4 version, which I have switched over to PC from, because I was playing with a friend on the PS4 version and do continue to do so. But yes, this was bugged recently on the PS4 version at least. And I believe the recent update has fixed that. Now, coming up next to field 1 here, we have got the transport company and the animal purchasing point. I'd call it a dispensary, but it's not really the right word for it. Again, that works with the train system, but it is a lot easier to operate and I believe has not really been all that bugged. Coming around, we've got the village grain elevator, which is just a basic sell point with a fuel station next door. We've got the biogas plant over here next to field 7. Again, another fuel point. There's plenty of fuel points around this map, I will say that much. And a little bit further down we have the bakery. Coming down around to field 29 here, we have the garden centre. Swiftly followed between 28 and 30 by the spinnery, and another fuel point in the middle there. Coming south, we have the cows next to field 35, and the pigs next to field 42. And they're not too far away once you learn some of the back routes to get around to them. And last but not least, or at least last but not least in this corner between 37 and 38, we have got a sheep enclosure. So there's a goodly amount around. We've got a mill down here between 25 and 28. And we also have a fueling point in the main yard. Over here in this little village section, we have got the shop for buying all our equipment, which is nice and close. And we've also got another fuel station. Now I believe down here, somewhere around this little area, is the egg sale point as well, and as we go around I will be showing you all of this. So let's head back through, get into our vent, and we shall go off on a little explore of the area. We'll start with the shop and then I will head up around towards the freight yard. In case you're wondering, this little red beauty here is our fuel point next to the vehicle workshop. Nice sensible place to put it if you ask me. Now, coming back around actually, I'm just going to show you the seed and fertilizer points for this map. Which, these are the two fertilizer. The bag is obviously a solid fertilizer, the blue tub is obviously a liquid. I assume that's obvious. Could be wrong, I've been wrong before. Okay, and in this nice little shed here, which is probably where I'm going to end up putting all my sowers, is the seed itself. So you can refill everything from there. Just over here we've got our silo with our chickens. So as you can see, there is also plenty of room to increase the size of this on this little yard here. With the fill-up point, fill-up nose is on this side. And the drop-off point here is in the yellow markers. Yellow and black markers, sorry. Okay, continuing on around, we're coming out of the yard, and we are going to head into the main town itself, which is just down here. Not too far, I have to say. You have to excuse my terrible driving. I don't have a steering wheel, to be honest with you. So it's not going to be great. Here is the main shop with your selling point here and customization point. Coming out of the shop just across the road here is the fuel station, as I discussed, and we'll try desperately not to run over the man in the red t-shirt. So there is the fuel point. Heading round again, I am going to go down into the lower town and we will find ourselves the egg sale point, which is just down here. If I can remember correctly. Ah, not far now. Inside. There it is. So this is the egg sale point here. Reasonably well hidden, but not too bad. So, carry on and we will head up towards the freight yard, which will take us past a few places at the moment. Coming out the other side of the town, or the main town at least. We are heading down towards the little section. So as you can see, there are plenty of fields. I mean, if you have a look here, that's quite a large field as well, and that's not nearly the biggest. In fact, the biggest one on the PS4 version had a beet harvest for me, and it worked out, I think it was going to take about 8 hours projected time, which I know you could probably square down to about 4 by the time you're finished, but man, that's a mad amount. So here we've got another fuel station and I believe this is the grain store for the area. Look, village grain elevator, that's what it's called. And as you can see, while we're in here, the prices on this map, they're not screamingly high. It is going to be a slow and steady workout. I believe it is going to be a case of making the farm work for you, so to speak. You get lots and lots and lots of money in that way. You don't get a massive amount for wood chips. Wool is even quite low. So I'm not sure. It could be a case of selling some bales and see what they go for, because even the straw, grass and hay prices are not really up to what they should be. Okay. Moving swiftly on. So I'll do the freight yard first, and then we will come around towards the transport centre, where the animals are kept, which will enable us to have a nice tidy look around there. I have to admit, I do love this map. I know the square fields aren't always up some people's bag, but they are up mine. They're nice, they're easy, and like I say, I started on the PS4. We do not have the PS4 version does not have the advanced AI that is available in the PC version. And yes, I was being very English there and driving on what is technically the wrong side of the road. So yes, it's quite probable that a lot of those fields are easier on the PC version, the rounded edge ones, the large ones. Does mean that a wider variety of maps are actually viable outside of outside of multiplayer games, where people are doing most of the running work of the fields. Okay, so here we have the freight yard, and I believe the drop-off point is just about here. We fill up the train with our root veg or our wood chips or whatever else it's going to take, and then we come down here to the exclamation mark. We hit the lever on the exclamation mark, and then the train will head off, and sometime later, believe me, it does take some time for this train to actually make its move, we will receive our money. However, there's nothing in there at the moment, so we will not see a thing. Okay, this is the only route in and out of this place, which not very helpful, but it is there. That road appears to go up and around the back, which I don't quite get, but you know. Again, I'm doing my English bit, trying to teach these people how to drive properly. He says, having spectacularly run into his own barn with this tractor in the first part of this video, but you know, say la vie. And there I am, dungarees and cap on. It's my little avatar, and I like it. Nice little red checkered shirt on there, proper farmer type. Okay, and this is the transport company. I believe your logs are sold here, amongst other things. This little box here is where you can buy your animals, if you have an animal trailer. Round the back here, I believe, is for logs. And I would guess, looking at it, that the logs are pretty well automatically sold in that box. You then obviously hit the exclamation mark to send the train off, and you will get paid. Around the front here we have the grain drop-off for the transport company. Just up here, on its own little raised platform. So, heading back, we are going to swing past the biogas plant, I believe, on our way around the edge of the map. Because you can't actually access the southern side of the map from here, I believe. Fairly sure it's a closed system. I squeezed in ahead of him. Okay. Overtake that very slow moving car there, who apparently, for some strange reason, he's running his lights in the middle of the day. It's still 6:54 AM according to the game time. I am running this in real time. I will probably be skipping a lot of the night portions, speeding up time through a lot of the night portions. Partly because the night time in this, it is incredibly difficult to see it on a Let's Play. I might do one bit at night or show some of the contracting missions that I do over the course of the evening. In game time at least. Right, moving onwards and upwards. come down here past this field full of sunflowers, I believe. Looks like that's ready to harvest. It might be a good contracting mission to start with. And then we are going to head up around this way. I think you can get into the biogas plant from down here, but I am not 100% certain. I believe that is a woodland area just for, you know, the general forestry stuff. Right, and here we are again. Out here is the biogas plant. It is not the only entrance. I believe there's actually about 3 of them, if I remember correctly. We have our Silo King sell point here, along with the usual assortment of bunker silos, which, if you're into doing it with the conveyor belt system, is really easy to get into the sell point. It only takes about 1 of each, I believe, over the distance. Right, back across out here. We are now going to head towards the, I think this is the bakery off the top of my head, but we will have a look on the map in a second when I get there. Yeah, I believe this is what they call the bakery. But look, yes, it will be. Yeah, the bakery. So, the bakery is, I believe, mostly for selling, you know, standard sort of crops. Nothing too special. And up here we have the only beach onto the only river. It's quite far away from most of the animals, so you may want to make sure you fill up your water trailer well. I would say we're probably going to need a couple of water trailers on this map. But still, here we go. This is the beach. The beach. The beach. The beach is on fire. And there it is, basically the only beach on this map. But it is a good place to fill up your water tanks from, so worth knowing about. Right, up there I believe is just a little picnic area, but nothing much in terms of real useful items. Okay, so from here, up at the bakery, we are now going to head south around this side, all the way to the garden centre. We will then go and look at the pigs, then the cows, and come across the spinnery and the mill to the sheep enclosure, before we head back to the main farm. That is the plan as things stand. So there are numerous options in terms of routing yourself around this map. I personally like taking some of the more offbeat routes. They've even got that little, you can walk across that bridge as well. It's really detailed in here, but it does kind of split the woodland on top into 2 chunks, which is not perfect. There are plenty of sheds around this map. I must have gone past about 4 or 5 just my way to the bakery. There's tons of them. It's ridiculous. You can spend your entire time trying to hunt all the sheds on this map. You will never succeed, I believe. It's really good because obviously it's got a nice place to store everything, regardless of where you're at and what you're up to. Now, I can't remember if this building has a purpose or if it's just there. I think it's just there. Yeah, I'm sticking with it's just there. Definitely sticking with it's just there. So that's the idea anyway. Okay, so field 19 here, I'm going to head across the back end of. So get around that drop. And once we've done that, I will be heading out towards the piggies. And I wonder if one of them tried to build their house out of straw. Because they certainly don't need sticks in this game, and they most certainly don't take bricks. Although it would be quite entertaining to see if you could actually make bricks in this. I'm sure there's a mod somewhere that'll do it. Pretty much a mod for everything in this game. Brilliant. So much you can do. I'm led to understand there's even a gold mining mod for this game. I forgot you could go around the back of there. So I could have saved us a little bit of time there, but Field 19 actually is not far from the main farmyard. In fact, in my PS4 version before the update, it was one of the main fields I owned. It was in fact one of the first I bought in the game, I believe. So yes, this is the garden centre. Now this place does take wood chips. It will also take, I believe, various types of grain. But that is that. Okay, southbound now. Probably going to end up going past the... Maybe we'll end up going past the cows first, but we'll see where we end up. Ah, now we can cut that out. I will go up here. Nice little rat run. Cut through. As you can see, I am playing the game on normal. I've got a little bit of experience on this map. It basically requires lots of big contracting missions. The more the better. So I am now going to head up here. That's probably going to be the first bit of this. I will do a lot of the contracting missions off camera, because I'm sure you do not want to just sit here and listen to me witter on over the top of a contract mission for however long it needs to be. Now this is obviously just the map tour episode. I will be starting properly in the next episode, and will not be saving this when I exit out of this today, before I start the Let's Play proper. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew where I was going and what I was doing with it all. Otherwise things can get a little unfortunate. Now there are these water troughs here. I haven't tested to see if they charge you. I believe they will, but I'm not certain. And just around the corner here, next to the Pikey Caravan, we have got our pig enclosure with the slurry output point and the manure point there. We have also got water and feed, and this one here I believe is for the bedding. So a nice simple setup. Little shed there to store a couple of little bits and pieces in, and another shed here, or machinery shelter, just for whatever you need to put into there. So now we are going to head across the southern side of the map here. We want to try and up slightly towards the north. As we do, and we will stumble across the pig, the cow enclosure. Which, okay, yes, it's just a cow enclosure, but it is good to know where everything is in relation to one another. And there it is now, you can just see it popping up between the trees. Now I've just got to pray that there is actually a way down from here, because I think I took a wrong turn. Oh, I very much did. Yes, I see where I went wrong. Okay, turning around. And back off and up in the world. So, yep. I suppose this is going to be a Let's Play for people who like watching others figure things out and make mistakes, and a more human Let's Play, shall we say. Not perfect runs all the time. I am only human, if I'm completely honest. I make mistakes the same as you guys. I will run into walls. I will do all sorts of silly things during these Let's Plays. I do tend to play to game mechanics, because at heart I am a gamer. And at heart this is a game. So no, I don't have the crop destruction mod on. No, I don't go full-blown realism for absolutely everything. This is a game. I am here to have fun. I hope you have fun watching these videos. You know, any comments or pointers, suggestions, that any constructive criticism will be taken on board. So, you know, I'm hoping to improve these as the time goes on. Again, we've got another large shelter over there. There isn't much in terms of shelters around here. But we have our, I believe this is our animal dialogue box. Yes, it is. This is how we can buy our cows. And then we've got our water trough. Our slurry tanker. Our feeding area down here. And bedding and everything for the cows. More food area. Manure pit and the bunker silo for the cows. That's really about everything there is here. Now, it's not a massive bunker silo down by the cows, but honestly, if you need that much silage, you must be insane. Now, in the long term, putting some kind of a storage shed here might not be a bad idea for your bales, because that field over there, it's a reasonable size way off, and you don't want to be running back and forth with bales all the time. Really. At least I hope not. Really hope not. So, we are going to continue heading out, and if I can remember the correct way down to everything. Hello, I've not found this before. Yes, I have. Ignore me. I'm talking out of my backside. This, I believe, is the mill. There's another fuel point here. Those red tankers are really handy. They are littered across the map. Now, there's an interesting way to get into this, I believe. Ah, yes, the sell point for this one is around the back here. If I just come into here. Now, I am running various mods on this. I will... At the beginning of my next episode, I will take you through the startup and show you my list of mods. These are just ones that I've picked up off the mods hub. They look quite interesting. Some of them obviously from the experience on the PlayStation. I have bought them or downloaded them again because I thought they were just exceptional. And I found a few others to go with those. Now, this is the spinnery. Obviously for all your wool selling needs. I can't remember if the spinnery itself actually takes any but the wool. It does not, and it does not pay out mahusively well, I have to say. At the moment it's sitting on 3,000, and that's considered to be a good price apparently. Right, backing around again, we are going to head up towards the mill, which is that big grey building in front of us that looks something like... Looks like it was born out of a German architect's mind, actually, if you ask me. Not to be insulting to Germans, I know a fair few Germans, I've dealt with German companies, they're lovely people, but they do tend to go for fairly bland designs. In fact, I went on a business trip to a little place outside of Cologne in Germany. I had the best time there. It is wonderful. Just during the beginning of Christmas, they were just starting to celebrate. Okay, and here is, complete with grey tyre tracks hanging in the middle of the air as well. Well, that's fun, isn't it? The mill. And this can be a little bit tight. It's not the end of the world, though. You can get most trailers through there. So that is the mill with this lovely large field next to it. As we come up here, we're going to end up coming back on ourselves as we go towards the sheep. And that will almost bring us to the end of our map tour. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next episode after that. So yes, as you can see there's the sheep enclosure just around the corner. We come around here, it does catch you out sometimes. You've actually got to come quite hard back on yourself, or else you'll end up by a massive field that there's nothing else there really, just a field. Which is about all there is to be said about it. So we've got a couple more of these machinery shelters. Now I wonder, based on the fact that I know the one back in the main yard doesn't actually have collision, I wonder if this one does. No, it does not. So you can just drive straight through these. And there's one in the main yard, a machinery shelter, that is exactly the same. It is insanity. Okay, so here we have the sheep's feeding trough. Sorry, words don't always fit in my mouth. Well, I'll rearrange my teeth next time before I start this. Nice large vehicle shelter there. Absolutely mahoosive it is. And then around the back we have got the dialogue box and the grass. Not the grass, this is the water trough. Food trough is around the side for the grass. And that is, I believe, most all there is to see. Now, for those of you interested in quick and easy ways around the map, I am going to show you the fastest way back to the main farmyard from the sheep, because not easy to see on the map, but I'll show you on the map now. There we go. Last, right. So here we are down by the sheep here. And as you can see, there's this little dirt track that runs up across here, up here, and then splits off up to here. And comes down neatly at fields 14, 15, and 16, which is the way we are going to be heading back to the main farmyard. And then we will bring this to a close, I think. So, off we go. But there's also little rat runs around like this around this map. Hopefully as you watch this video you'll learn a few of them. And I hope you enjoy the experience. I've been working my way up to this for some time now, and little bits and pieces, setting things up, making sure I've got all the right equipment available to do this in a, okay, not fully professional manner. After all, this is a this is like a personal project, if you like, but at least in a professional enough manner that you are enjoying yourself and hopefully want to come back and see more of my videos. I do intend to do a fairly thorough Let's Play on Hagenstedt. Basically, as I'm playing, I will be recording, and we will see what comes out. Yeah, that's it. Just up around here, and as we come down, you can see the freight yard down there. There is no easy way to get down there without playing with the physics engine and just launching a tractor off of there. Even that can be a bit dodgy at times, but it can be fun as well. And here we are back on our farm. You can just see field 16 there, off in the distance, getting rapidly closer. And we will be wrapping it up here shortly. Now, the one thing I did forget to tell you in covering the things, I still love this fact that, hey, I can drive through girders without damaging anything because they don't exist. This is the hay and bale sell point. Basically all there is. It's useful to have it on site, definitely. I will be trying to bale in this. I've got all the DLC for it, and here we have our machinery shop, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, that is about everything, I believe. We will wrap it up there, and I hope to see you all next time as we actually begin working on the farm. I've been Crocodile Dundee, and if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Feel free to share the video with anyone you like, and if you've got anything you want to say, if you like the video enough to say well done, or if you've got any pointers, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Thank you, and see you next time.